Today on The Social. Canadians across the country shoveled themselves out of bed this morning as record-breaking snowfall and low temperatures closed schools and canceled thousands of flights. How did you weather the storm? And videos on social media are shedding new light on Alex Pretti's death after the Minneapolis man was shot and killed by a U.S. Border Patrol officer. But is the dissemination and analysis of the fatal footage helpful or harmful? Then, bring it on, winter! Skincare products that fight the elements and transform dry and dull skin into a hydrated, glowing complexion. Plus, how open banking can put you back in the driver's seat with your money. From financial commentator Patty Lovett-Reed. It all starts now on The Social.
In studio live, my friends. Welcome to The Social. Before we kick this off, 8 of the hardiest Canadians we have ever met have made it live in studio today. This is your moment. I think I miscounted. Maybe there's 9. And not only that, PEI, Ottawa, and even Italia in the house today. All right. So if you have been living under a rock this weekend, and I don't blame you, the reason why this is the way it is today is because, boy, in this area and many parts around us, we were hit with a winter wallop. It took out huge parts of Ontario, Quebec, and even the Maritimes. Now, here in Toronto, we saw a historic amount of snow. So a record 56 centimeters fell. So that's pushing, what, 1.5 feet, 2 feet of snow. That's downtown Toronto. 46 centimeters were recorded over at Pearson International Airport. And you can imagine hundreds, potentially even more than that. Hundreds of flights canceled. And today, it's still pretty brutal out there if you are heading to the airport. And a lot of us were saying, hey, you know what? Stay home. Let the plows do their thing. We're here to entertain all of you, Canada. So, for that, how did you all weather the storm?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm still in recovery. You know, it was kind of cute, but also kind of smothering, a little bit like a bad relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I felt like I got home yesterday, I was up north, and normally if you just go even an hour north of here, it's way worse. And I came back and I'm like, oh my God, it's getting terrible here. I brought my son Jaya out, and even though he was having so much fun, there was a point at which I was like, is this dangerous? If he just jumps into a snowbank, he's going to disappear.
Yeah, you'll never see him again.
No, it was a lot. We're not ready. I am definitely not. I realized, I thought of you, I am not prepared for an emergency.
Well, listen, I was posting on Instagram all my emergency preparedness kits.
You were not.
Listen, you guys know I live for this stuff, so you are not prepared.
Not prepared.
I told you and Canada Friday on the show, Snowstorm Sunday. So we had been preparing since Friday. We got all the groceries. We got all set. We got the snow blowers out. But anybody who knows if you have a pet, this is like there's us dealing with it. And then Ryan said, well, where's Cleo going to go? We can't walk in 3 feet of snow, which is what it is in our neighborhood. So he snowplowed a path in the backyard for Cleo. Oh! So this was for her. While he was snowplowing, guys, a rabbit jumped out of the snow because it was 3 feet. The rabbits, they can't climb. They're in it. So he was like this, do-do-do-do-do-do. Boing, do-do-do-do-do-do, boing. But if you take a look at my neighborhood, it was that. I don't know what could have survived yesterday. We had cars that had, tons of snow on them. I don't know if I sent in any other pictures. It was extraordinary, but I felt prepared. I had extra water in case we lost power. We had extra candles. We had the whole 9. So quite frankly, I enjoyed it quite a lot.
You enjoyed it?
I did.
What about you? Because I know you live outside of the city.
I live in Hamilton. I live in Hamilton. We only got 25 centimeters. Only 25 centimeters.
Such a Canadian thing to say.
But yesterday was also my anniversary with
Simon.
Simon.
How many years?
23 years.
Wow.
And so it's like I had this decision to make. And so I was like, okay, Simon, you can shovel. You can do all. I will give this to you. I will be inside making a cheesecake and playing string with our son, who is also a cat. So that is essentially what I did.
Yeah, which just sounds
cozy.
great.
Yeah, you say cozy?
Well, here's the deal. I'm the person that no one wants to hear from today because I live in the downtown core. They were plowing and clearing the sidewalks while the storm was still happening. I also live in a building, so I don't even own a shovel. I haven't seen a shovel in years.
Nice.
So I know, delicate, soft,
Beautiful.
Baby,
No calluses.
So, as everybody's complaining and talking about how many times they've shoveled and this and that, you'll notice I am very quiet today. I'm like, that sounds terrible. I was nestled in my nice little condo just watching, going, oh my gosh, so much snow. And then listening for the plows that were just clearing them every few hours. I'm like, wow, this life. But I grew up in the suburbs, so I know what it's like, and that's specifically why I chose where I live, because I'm like, oh no, I know what it's like to wait for a bus, and then when the bus finally shows up in the snow, it is packed to the rafters. Remember that?
Yeah.
I know what that feels like. So I chose my living quarters, but it doesn't make it easier to kind of brag about it. So I'm gonna stop talking now because someone's getting angry.
I just want to say you shouted at the crews. I want to shout out to all the crews. I know in our neighborhood, those crews have been going around the clock. So to everybody who's been out there and hasn't slept in a couple days, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yes. Everybody who's shoveling, thank you. All right, so let's move on. Okay, parents, should you be involved in your kids' fundraising efforts? This mom on TikTok says she has a bone to pick with those of you selling Girl Guide cookies on social media. Take a look.
I just feel like it's such a cop-out for the girls to be able to have their parent, adult, whoever, post on their Facebook page, hey, so-and-so selling Girl Scout cookies, here's the link. It's like nobody wants to work anymore.
Interesting. All right, so do you agree parents shouldn't be involved? So we have two parents at the table.
Yes.
So what do you think about this?
Okay, listen, let's just say things. Back in the day, it was expected that it wasn't just about raising money, although that was the point.
Yeah.
The point was to practice your independence and talking to strangers, your sales skills. It was a life skill you were developing. So much has changed in culture. I don't know. I want this to come back. I will say that. Because it is a cop-out for parents to be the ones doing the fundraising. The whole point of it was get out of the house and start to learn how to be a young adult.
And build character, right?
It builds character.
And would you feel comfortable like sending Marqueza out to your neighbors? Like, saying,
this is why I was saying it's like that's the skill I want her to develop, but two major things have changed. Number one, we're almost a cashless society. So back in the day, just throw a couple dollars at the kids. Some kids have tap. But I will say, some of that is a privacy issue for me. I don't know what kind of security they have on their tap machine. And the second part is we have stranger danger. We believe that everybody is a pedophile
Even
ready
though
to snatch our kids. Statistically, we were in way more danger in the 80s. We were in way more danger in the 80s. Today, we're not. The threats are online for our children. It is safer to let your kids stand outside of the local grocery store with a box than it is for you to be leaving your child unattended online at home. That's the statistics.
Yeah.
So do I want this to come back? I do. Am I ready? Eventually.
Right.
Eventually.
What about does your son sell anything?
No, I don't really know. Maybe it's because he's not really in sports. This hasn't really come up for us. But in my neighborhood, I was once approached by some teenage boys, and they were like, were selling chocolate-covered almonds. And at first I was like, oh, this is interesting. This hasn't happened in a while. And I said, I don't have any cash on me. But they were quite clever. They were like, you can e-transfer us. Here's the thing. And they wanted me to do it in real time, which I did have my phone on me. So I think if you're of a certain age, I think that's I loved it. I applauded that they were doing that. Yeah.
All right, I think this mom's just griping because she just sounds like a mom whose kid didn't sell as many Girl Guide cookies as everybody else's mom. And she's like a little bit low-key angry that the other parents are helping. To me, it's like this is the first rule in business. You have to know your audience, you have to know your target audience, and then you have to go to them. So to me, I would never know what a Girl Guide cookie tastes like without working somewhere and without the parents of those kids bringing me the cookies and being like, it's only, I don't even know how much it is. I just give them as much cash as I possibly have. So to me, this gripe sounds weird. It's like, yes, your kids only go to school and then they might go to community center. They might belong to a sport. So it's a very small group.
Parents have always been involved. When you're just triggering a memory. Like when I started working in this building years ago, parents would come with all the boxes of things and they would sell them
and
to
how
us.
else, if not for those people, would you even know what a Girl Guide cookie tastes like?
Right.
No. So to me, you go where the audience is, and also to expect that, okay, if your kid's only using the people they run into, well, how many kids are they selling those cookies to? And do those kids have access to money, tap, credit cards? Probably not. So parents, continue to bring the cookies to the workplace. We appreciate Facebook.
We just talked about shoveling, and isn't this just parents shoveling out the path for their children? We complain about this all the time.
Yes, it's true.
Interesting.
The helicopter parents, right? It's true. We really literally are doing our kids a disservice by doing everything for them that they could learn to do for themselves. That is,
you're right.
I really hope
You're right, but I'll say this much. If I saw your daughter standing outside of a grocery store selling boxes of cookies, my first instinct would not be to buy. It'd be like, where are your parents?
I'll be sitting in the car very close.
Right? And that's
okay.
So that's
just don't do it for them.
That's where we're
Just
at.
don't do it for them. Exactly.
There's a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless she needs change.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
done.
And her tracker's in her pocket. But anyway, let's take a break, everybody. And then videos, and this is, you can't escape this story. And we are going to talk about it next because videos of an ICE agent shooting and killing a man in Minneapolis on Saturday, well, it is being widely shared and now analyzed. But is that practice helpful? Or is that really just harmful? Maybe re-victimization. We're going to talk about this story that everybody is talking about after this.
Tomorrow on The Social, from the prairies to your pot, food writer Dan Clapson drops by with warm, comforting dishes with ingredients that don't mess around. This week on The Social, Bridgerton stars Luke Thompson and Yaren Ha tell us about the emotional new season, masquerade balls, and those steamy love scenes.
All right, we are back, everybody. Find us online. We want to hear from you on all of these conversations.
By now, most of us have seen videos of the moments leading up to the shooting death of Alex Pretti by U.S. immigration agents in Minneapolis. So footage is all over the news and on social media, and it's being analyzed frame by both experts and amateurs. Federal government officials say Pretti was killed because he posed a threat to officers, but state officials and witnesses say otherwise. So the question is the widespread dissemination and analysis of these videos helping, or is it harmful?
I mean, probably a bit of both, but I will say first off, I do think it is helpful. It's harrowing, it's upsetting, but I think this is the thing. When you have a collective en masse who are recording and then looking at this footage frame by frame, as you mentioned, you cannot deny what you're seeing. You cannot deny that this 37-year-old nurse was actually holding his cell phone, and he was within his legal rights to be carrying a weapon that was concealed at the time. And at the time when the ICE enforcement officers actually shot him, he was actually being held down. He'd just been sprayed in the face, pepper sprayed in the face.
And protecting another person.
And they had his gun. So he was of no credible threat. And you need to see all this. And that's finally moving the dial on a number of Republicans who are pressing for a deeper investigation. Finally, the NRA has joined other U.S. lobby groups calling for a full investigation. And I will say
The
all
NRA?
of that. Yes.
Yeah.
They never pipe up
I know.
with stuff like
We're
this.
all waiting.
Wow.
Like, what?
What are they going to say?
What are they going to say? So I think you needed all this in order for people to question it who normally will just accept the status quo. But the footage will only go so far.
That's true. Even someone like Joe Rogan, a lot of critics are saying a little too late, but he spoke out as well. And he holds, whether we like it or not, a lot of sway, especially with people who are not watching
He helped
traditional
Trump get
media.
elected. He helped Trump get elected.
I think that's why his critics are saying, well, thanks. but no thanks.
Yeah. No, I think this is both helpful and harmful. I think it's helpful because when the Trump administration is out of office, they're going to use this footage to arrest and prosecute the people who have been murdering innocent American citizens.
Let's hope.
You will not get away with this. But I think it's harmful as a former news anchor who had to sit down for hours and just watch footage of someone being killed. It's not good for anybody's psyche to do that. But I think it's also harmful because I think we're witnessing the erosion of the fabric of American society and the trust they have with their government and their law enforcement, or any kind of enforcement, because ICE is not law enforcement. And we're watching it in real time, and you're seeing a divide that happens even further and further. And like even historically, black and brown people have always been kind of murdered by the police, which is an uncomfortable conversation. But now we're watching innocent white women and innocent white men. So that distrust is growing even larger because it's like nobody is safe. Even with all of the video footage, the Trump administration will still stand there and be like, you did not see what you saw. So that divide is growing, and I think that can only cause more anxiety, and that anxiety breeds more, like, people are going to be a little bit more jumpy to react to things. So I think it's going to be harmful, but in the long run, it's going to be very helpful to have all of that footage.
I actually ultimately think it's going to only be helpful because I feel like, I don't know about you guys, I feel as a Canadian very helpless as I watch the horrors that keep unfolding in the United States. And we can't vote down there. There's nothing we can actually do except, buy Canadian. I mean,
and
honestly,
not visit and not travel down
I don't know what else we can do.
And
not travel, which is what, so we're voting. So I think this way, when I say this is actually helpful, I think these videos are serving a bigger purpose in history. Sadly, the way that all this ICE stuff is unfolding, while it feels very new to us, ask your grandparents or even your parents' generation. What we are seeing unfold in the United States is not new in the history of human civilization. You know what the difference is today? We have video of it. So when I think about the past and how video and footage has literally changed the course of history, there are many examples of it. So for example, the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War, they whipped everybody up in America to justify sending American troops to the middle of Asia. Why? Well, there was an administration that was pushing a certain narrative. It was only when the footage started to come back from the front lines in Vietnam that Americans turned and said, that's not what you told us. And they started to call that war the living room war. It was the first time footage was beaming in the atrocities of war into people's living rooms. The moving image, it may not help them there right now, I think, until Trump leaves. But the rest of the world, especially Europe, who has lived the horrors of this kind of brutality before, it's for the rest of us, exactly as Mark Carney said in Davos, the rest of us democracies get together, stick together.
That's excellent. And I want to be as hopeful as you. I watched the video, the New York Times did an incredible reconstruction. They also did it with Renee Good, and you watch the reconstruction of 4 videos and you're like, there is only one truth. That
Don't
these
tell
people
the Trump
were
administration
murdered.
that.
But that's the thing. I don't know if with videos, I'd like to be hopeful that it just, here is proof, look at the proof. But then why are still some people disagreeing? And it reminds you of other videos like the moon landing, like infamous police videos, like surveillance videos, that one person's truth can be the other person's lie. So it does make me concerned that even with video evidence.
But is it truth, or is the video showing how much brainwashing they're trying to do?
Possibly, but I think if people can still deny certain things when they watch the same video and you still get people on the same sides, I wonder if it's less about settling truth and more about accelerating what we already believe. Do you know what I mean? And there are a lot of people who already believe. And I don't know if a video will sway them.
I'd almost like to talk to a Trump supporter who's watching these videos and get their take on it. I really would. Somebody who voted, and not to have an argument, but just to be like, so
you can find those videos online.
Yeah, you see the video, you hear what the administration is saying. How are you taking that in? I really would love to hear what they have to say.
I hope we don't have to talk about another killing at the hands of ICE, but sadly, I don't know that we're not going to be there. So let's take a break. We do want to take a short breather. And then up next, critics are calling the live stream of Alex Honnold's climbing of a Taiwan skyscraper without a rope ghoulish and irresponsible. So we're going to ask one another, did you watch? And what did we think? We're going to discuss that after this break. We'll be back. We're We're back, everybody. Well, critics are calling it, quote, the most stressful TV experience on record. What are we talking about here? Well, free solo climber, that's Alex Honnold you're looking at. He made his way up 508 meters of Taipei 101 without nada, no rope, no nada, right in front of our very eyes. Well, if you tuned into Netflix's live stream, that's how you were watching this go down live. And although it was an extraordinary achievement, the question is, should it have been broadcast given what could have gone wrong, which is literally the worst case scenario. So irresponsible to live stream.
I could barely watch that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but is it irresponsible? I don't know if we can put the genie back in that bottle, because if there is a demand for people to watch it, then why shouldn't Netflix put it on? I guess, like, if you think about boxing matches, if you think about magicians, do you know how many magicians have died, like either on stage or trapped in a tank while they were performing a trick? Mm-hmm. Human beings are deplorable. Yeah. Like, we've done this forever, like wanting to watch other human beings at risk. The Romans didn't even invent it. They just built better seats for it in the Colosseum. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, you're right. It is
gross.
something very human about it. I guess the thing that really bugs me is the amount of copycat people that will be idiots, who will bring out their cell phones. There's been this huge rise with social media of people dying while they're taking selfies in stupid spots. Mm-hmm. There was some research that suggested that over 300 people had died between 2011 and 2017, and that's now that's a dated study. And they were trying to take extreme selfies. So, like, I just think about the copycats, and maybe those have always existed, but you do raise an interesting point, because to call back to the previous story, like right now, we're regularly seeing people actually die. Yeah. And I mean, while it's not supposedly entertainment, it's the world we're living in now.
Grabbing our attention.
Oh, so gross.
I didn't watch it. I think, like I said, real life news is way scarier. I don't need to watch this stuff. But I think that's part of it. When we talk about live communal events, it used to be that maybe Thursday night, whatever show would bring the world together. This was that on a global scale. So this is nothing new. Everybody watched Evel Knievel or the Wallendas. Like, we've been doing this since the beginning of time. The fact that the whole world on Netflix could have been watching this at the very same time is new. But the act itself is not new. The whole idea is you're watching because he could die.
Yes.
It's actually why we're watching.
They even had a 10-second delay just in case.
Yeah, well, yeah,
and medical teams
probably
just
a legal
in case.
thing, just in case, because children would be able to watch. Oh gosh, when I see these types of things, my first thought, if I'm being honest, is like, this is some top-tier white people stuff. Because I'm like, y'all are always climbing something without a rope, without a safety net, and I'm like, isn't life stressful enough? What are you doing? It's also not my kind of television, but there's actually a psychology to this. People who like this type of thrill-seeking, their brain doesn't interpret fear the same way that we interpret fear, and that's why they like these types of extreme activities. Frankly, when it comes to things that I want to watch that raise my heart, I want to watch heated rivalry, baby. That's the only way I want my blood pressure raised. But to each their own. If you want to watch a man without a harness climb a building, good for you.
Good for you. And he's all right. He's $500,000 richer, and he's all right.
Wow, look at that, look at that. Okay, to something a little less risky. Bustle is reporting that we're in the midst of a belly button piercing revival. Are you here for this, Mel?
I know, this is a Melissa story, come on.
Thanks for that. Listen, when you say revival, that is correct. It was us, older Gen Xers. We did this.
Do you have one?
I had one. Yeah, I had one.
We did this.
Yeah.
Did you guys let him grow in? So obviously this was 23 years ago. Wow. There's my belly ring, and you're welcome, Gen Z. Who's doing this now? Gen Z is doing this.
I guess it's Gen Z.
I love how they find something and they think they invented it, okay? You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we invented it either. I mean, I don't know who actually. Does anybody do the research?
No, obviously we invented it. Just lean into it.
At 17, I got my nose pierced first, and then I got promptly told by my school that I had to take it out or not come back. So then I did what any normal teenager would do, which is that I waited until I was 18 to re-pierce my nose, and in the meantime, I got my navel pierced because then no one could see it.
Nice.
So that was what I did. And then I remember the one point when I was like, I don't know, 9 months pregnant, and I looked down and I was like, How much weirder is this gonna get? Like, I think it's time.
Did you see the little thing?
Yes, it was just kind
dangling?
of like hanging out, and I thought it's gonna get caught on something, so I got rid of it. Never to
Only
look
when
back.
you were pregnant.
Yes.
Wow. Had it that long?
Oh, yeah, I had it
I
long.
knew you. Well, you had a belly piercing.
No, I didn't meet you until after I had a baby, I think.
Oh, right.
Now,
Yeah.
would you re-pierce it or is it?
No,
Can you
I'm
sew-
not interested anymore. I want to do tattoos now, guys. I think I've moved on. I think I'm gonna do a tattoo.
I'd rather get a six-pack tattooed on my stomach before I get my navel pierced.
There you go. Listen, you know what? I love that this is popular again for women in their 40s and 50s. I say go for it. It's not for me, but for specific reasons. A, I don't like needles, and if you have never seen how you get that belly button ring in there, it is. The needle is long and it's sharp and it's not for me. Also,
You should live stream it.
No. Whatever. Also, the way that my belly is set up, it's got two modes. In the morning, it's nice and flat and pretty. And in the evening, I don't know, she's more freestyle. She could be bloated. She doesn't digest things. So for that reason alone, I can't, because if you're gonna get it, it's to show people. And my evening belly is like, we can't show anybody that. So, but to everybody who's doing it, go for it.
Yes.
Go for
Yes.
it. Better than climbing a building without a harness. That's all I'm saying.
Mine is still open, so we might have some party time this weekend. Let's see.
All right.
Let's take a break, everybody. No, nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to see that. What better time to pick up some winter skincare? We are in the heart of it, aren't we? Well, beauty expert Carly Ostroff is back. She's going to show us what is worth our money and what's not right after this. We are back, everybody. From dullness and dryness to redness and sensitivity, Canadian winters bring with them a host of unwanted beauty woes, which is why our next guest says it is time to call in the big guns.
She's here with Winter Warrior Beauty products to help us combat the elements and reveal a hydrated, glowing complexion. Please welcome beauty expert Carly Ostroff back to the show. This is... Could the timing for this segment be any better?
No.
This is perfect. So first up, you're saying that a non-stripping cleanser is key during the winter. Take it away.
Okay, so in winter, we definitely don't want to use anything that's going to strip the skin. We want to reinforce the barrier. Now, it's a process, but the first step in our process is going to be from Honnold. This is a 2-in-1 mask to foam cleanser.
Ooh.
So this is a Korean skincare brand, and it's really interesting. It has
Sorry, it smells so good.
Stretchy sort of texture to it. It's been kneaded 5,000 times, and it's been inspired by Korean rice cakes. Yes. And because it has that flexible mask kind of grip to it, it's going to remove dirt, impurities, makeup, sunscreen. It has these very calming ingredients like this Korean plant called Artemis, together with 10 different kinds of hyaluronic acid. That is a lot. So you're gonna get 10 layers of hydration.
So this can be used like either to clean your skin, but it can also be used as a mask?
Daily as a mask.
Okay.
And then if you're gonna use it daily, as a cleanser. And as a mask, what we wanna do is we'll apply it to the skin.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave it for a couple minutes, let it warm up, and then you're gonna massage it in. It will turn colors, and you'll rinse it like a foam cleanser. 2 to 3 times a week is gonna be perfect.
Oh,
wow,
it's
okay.
glorious.
I like it.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so after cleansing, you want us to follow with a serious hit of hydration. And my God, is there anything that we need more right now? Hydration.
Please,
so
please.
what do we use?
So we've got it. So what we have to do first is set a timer, because you actually only have 60 seconds from the time that we cleanse before the moisture is gonna start to evaporate. I know. So we wanna hit our skin right away with heavy hitting hydration. Our hero ingredient, of course, is going to be hyaluronic acid, and my pick. So this is the Pixie Vitamin C Creme Serum. It's not just a cream and it's not just a serum, it's actually both. And we have to look into this bottle to really get it. So the clear gel that you're seeing, that's the hyaluronic acid gel. That's what's gonna give us this deep hydration.
It looks like DNA.
Yes. And then, so those yellow drops that you're seeing, those are encapsulated vitamin C moisture pearls, and that's going to freshen and brighten the skin.
So those are sitting in something else.
So you're gonna get 57 of these moisture pearls. So what we're gonna do, I'll give you a little scoop.
Yeah. It looks very cool.
We're going to scoop some of the gel with a full pearl, especially in the winter. Let's mix those together.
Yeah.
You'll get the instant hit of hydration and freshness, and over time, it's gonna even skin tone.
Okay, so let me try to put one of these on you, Mel.
Okay.
One,
Just
one,
one.
One is
Okay,
gonna be
one.
great.
Okay, all right,
One,
got it.
there you go.
Okay.
Oh, look at that, it's like butter.
So that because it's actually a moisturizer. And so because it's also going to reinforce your skin's moisture barrier, it makes your skin feel so healthy and resilient.
Can I just say, okay, so those little beads, when you put them on their skin, they kind of like burst.
You're gonna blend it together,
and then-
It's moisturizer within a serum.
Oh!
2 in 1.
And it smells great. Smells
Oh,
real
gentle,
nice.
floral.
And if you have a lot, go from your face down to your neck. If you've got a little more, arms, it's all
I'm gonna
skin.
put it everywhere. Moving on. Winter can take a toll on our skin barrier, and that's why you're suggesting a serum to help protect it. So fill us in.
Okay, so those cold conditions really do take a toll. We want something that's going to protect our skin. And I don't know if you've been hearing a lot about snail mucin.
Yes, we have. Our boss loves
Yes.
it.
So this is a vegan and Korean next generation alternative. This is the Glow recipe, prickly pear mucin. It is made from an 81% cactus mucin. And it's exactly what I feel like snail mucin would feel like.
What is mucin?
Yeah, good question.
So in this case, it's a serum. It's made from the cactus, so it has that sort of texture. It's going to reduce redness.
It's almost like squeezing up the aloe from an aloe vera.
Exact kind of feeling.
Right.
It's kind of like sticky, but it melts right into your skin.
Oh.
So it reduces fine lines and wrinkles. This one is actually great for all skin types. It's dermatologist approved and clinically tested, even if you've got eczema. So while it's a gentle formula, it's still a heavy hitter because it's got over 40 bioactive compounds.
Jeez Louise.
With peptides as well to support the skin's
Oh my God, my
Looking
hands
fresh.
are 20 years younger.
They really, really do. But
Look at
question, are
that.
we layering the gel serum and the serum or choosing one or the other?
I like to think of it like your clothes. So in winter, I like to layer on. So I would do the Pixie serum first and then follow up with the mucin.
We love that.
okay.
Okay, so yes, we love this. So you were saying a cream to seal and repair is another crucial winter warrior. So what does that look like?
So after all the hydration, we need to lock it down. And this is the Biossance Growth Factor Firming Moisturizer. It's got collagen, peptides, and squalane. And so this one takes the brand's signature squalane, which is an oil that's amazing for hydration and moisturization, and it takes it to another level. So you get this very cushiony kind of moisturizer that, yes, it deeply hydrates. It makes your skin feel really bouncy and smooth and resilient. It's powered by that squalane and growth factor technology, so also nice for firmness and elasticity. You can use it morning and night, and it's great for all skin types, so we can all benefit.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
That's gorgeous.
that was easy.
So a mist, obviously, that's a great option
Thanks for
for
that.
hydration, refresh. So why did this one make your list in particular?
So going from the cold outdoors to the blasting heat, we all want this little secret weapon in our back pocket. This is the Fresh Rose Mist, and it uses...
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So that is going to be a damask rose extract with rose water.
Oh, that's
It
luxurious.
smells... Yeah, I'll take some too, honestly.
Oh, this is so nice,
yes.
you guys.
Oh, that's luxurious.
It also reduces the appearance and refines the look of pores as an added little bonus. And it makes your skin feel really hydrated. It is the perfect size to take on the go.
Isn't it?
You can use it with your skincare to prep
need
for
more.
makeup, after makeup to give you, like Mel's
Like a
doing,
little
that
bit of
nice
glow.
glowy
Yeah,
finish, post-gym, anytime.
You just survived a storm.
Exactly. Anytime you feel that dryness, spray away.
Spray away.
Spray away.
We love that. Okay, let's end off here with our lips because we cannot forget about our lips in the winter and they take a beating. And you say you've got a brand new mask for us that is going to repair overnight, which I like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our lips are made of thin skin, and that's where you feel the dryness first. I think with the right product at the right time, we can avoid that completely. This is the CoverGirl Jammy Lip Sleeping Mask. You put it on before bed, and you just wake up to the softest, smoothest lips. It's a nice, thick and creamy
Just go like
formula,
that?
or you can use your finger.
Or we can use our finger. Do you want to put
No,
some?
you go ahead. You go ahead.
And
I think you need a little
it's got
bit.
shea butter and vitamin E. And it has that amazing whipped lavender texture to scent and color. So you twist from the bottom, you layer up, get your sleep, and you wake up to those benefits.
Look at
This
that.
feels
Look better
nice. All
already.
better. I'd like to speak to the manager. Anyway, lastly, Carly, you're suggesting a couple of key winter warriors for the chin. Down, a conditioning body, wash and scrub.
Yes, so what we want to do in winter, you want to exfoliate to remove dead skin cells, and then we want to nourish the layer of skin underneath. For that, we're going to use the combo of body scrub, body wash. We will not find anything more delicious than this. This is a limited edition Dove and Crumble collaboration. So you've got to smell these. I will pass them over.
We heard
What
they
a great
smell
collab.
amazing.
Yeah,
We heard.
and they do.
Oh my God!
This one too. So here you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting that amazing scent of fresh baked cookies from
smells
Crumble.
like dessert.
It is. And then the benefits from Dove that are going to soften and smooth the skin. It has Dove's really gentle ingredients. So it restores the skin's natural barrier using plant-based moisturizers. You're going to get 24 hours of hydration. The scents. So you have
Confetti cake.
Confetti cake, and I have strawberry crumb cake.
Yes, so that's a sugar cookie with pink buttercream frosting. And then we have a strawberry cookie with vanilla glaze. And if you can't get enough, there's also deodorant and hand wash.
Carly, thank you so much. This has been fantastic. I feel like we are now prepared to face this weather. So just head to our YouTube channel after the show for a recap.
Okay, studio audience, you have braved enough of this winter, so we're sending you home with some Winter Warrior beauty products of your own today. Yes. Oh, you get the best.
My kids lost their minds.
All right, we're gonna enjoy and take a break. After the break, we're gonna all get a lesson in something called open banking right after this. Oh my goodness.
Banking, you probably think of your regular brick and mortar bank, but the industry here in Canada is about to have the most significant upgrade in decades.
Ooh, sounds interesting. Well, this is all a result of the federal government's brand new consumer-driven banking framework, also known as open banking. And financial commentator Patty Lovett-Reed is here. She's going to explain all of this to us. Patty, welcome back to the show.
Hi there. Thank you. I'm delighted to be back. Thank you.
Patty, may we start with the absolute basics, AKA what is open banking?
Sure, I think that's a great place to start. You know, when you talk about open banking, you own your data always. But you have the freedom to go to any financial institution that you would like. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a mortgage. It comes up for renewal. You go into your bank and you get a rate, but you want to shop it around. You want to see if you can get a better rate, because even a few basis points off is more money in your pocket. But you can't really do that right now because you'd have to reapply. You'd have to make sure all of the paperwork's done. It becomes a hassle, so people don't do it. Think about your phone number. Okay. My husband has his original phone number since he got his first cell phone.
Wow.
He does. They're consecutive numbers, but don't worry, I'm not going to tell everyone the number. But he can go to any provider and so it's portable. He keeps his own number, but he can go anywhere he likes to get a better rate. That's what open banking is.
Okay. All right, now we get it. So how does this impact us, and why should we be paying attention to open banking?
You know what? I think it impacts us when it comes to pricing. When it comes to pricing, if you can negotiate, you can put more money in your pocket.
Which we like.
I think the competition steps up a little. They get more innovative. But, you know, it isn't something that you have to worry about fraud, for example, because your data is your data. What this does is it opens up the freedom to shop around.
Okay, can you give us an example of how this would work for everyday individuals?
An everyday individual, someone who I have 4 adult children, and they like the idea of being able to bank anywhere, anytime, depending on who they are. 2 of them are with big financial institutions. The other 2 are with alternatives. So I asked them, I said, why? Just out of curiosity, knowing where your mother grew up in banking. And they said, I can get a better rate of return on my savings account. So I'm going there. My other son said, you know what? I do a lot of direct buying and selling in the stock market. I can save money, so why wouldn't I? It's hard to argue with that.
That is hard to argue.
Yeah.
Can you explain to us what open banking is not?
It is not a license for anybody to have access to your data. Your data is your data. It's confidential. What it is transparency. So if you go into a financial institution that isn't your own, and maybe you were a little sloppy on paying a bill and you don't have the best reputation there, but you have a great reputation elsewhere, your creditworthiness, it might be easier to get a loan because they get to know all of you, not just where you're dealing, where anything can happen. You may not even get along with your banker.
Right.
Okay. Well, you know, open banking is a term that people might be hearing for the first time, but this is not a new concept. This is used internationally. So can you describe how open banking works? It's implemented in other parts of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think about it, our Prime Minister, Mark Carney, they've had open banking in the UK for a really long time. And you know, what they'll tell you is that big banks don't fail. Fraud does not become rampant, and people have choice. And so it's a good thing. It is in Europe where innovation has kicked up. Here's the thing. The big financial institutions really want what we call in the biz share of wallet. We want your whole banking relationship. You've heard the word cross-selling. That's what they do. You have a bank account, but you also want to have a credit card with us, and you want this and you want that.
Goes on and on.
Yes, it does.
Mortgage.
So they want all of it. Now, all of a sudden, they have to step up. If they want your business, they need to be more competitive. We're seeing that in Europe. And then, of course, believe it or not, in the U.S., there are parts of the U.S. that have open banking. So this, you said it right off the top, which I thought was great. You know what? This is probably the most significant difference in regulation or change that we've seen in decades in Canada.
Okay, but why is Canada only implementing this now, then?
Well, I don't know for sure, but I would suggest that the big banks have had something to do with it. They have such a monopoly. And yes, there are alternative institutions. It's not that others can't come into our banking landscape, our financial landscape, but it's the ability for you, the consumer, to own your data and go where it suits you, as opposed to them telling you where it suits you.
Okay. And you say that there's a generational divide involved in this.
Yes, I definitely think there is. Boomers, I talk about them like I'm not one. We grew up thinking about paying for service. Value equates to what you pay for the goods or the services that you get. Now the next generation's coming along and go, wait a minute, I get everything for free. I can use the iCloud, I can get apps, I can go in and have online banking, and the list goes on and on. They're saying, it's my money, why would I pay for it? I'm not paying for it anymore.
Yes, I love that.
That's
All right.
interesting.
So, Patty, who do you think will be the winners and losers under this framework?
Well, I think the overall winner is going to be the consumer, the everyday Canadian.
good. We love that.
At the end of the day, I think the banks, I don't think they're major losers. The banks are going to be just fine. I guarantee you, they know this is coming. They're already getting creative. They're already being innovative. And so it's just going to be a matter of they got to step it up because it's here. It's good for the economy. It's good for the consumer. And it's good for, you know, I think businesses.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Fascinating. Patty, thank you so much
Thanks for having
breaking
me.
this down for us. Really
Thanks.
fascinating. I love talking about money. Let's take a break right after this. We'll be right back.
There's never a dull moment at The Social.
We are going to have one heck of a time.
With hot takes and fiery debates.
I'm too old for Leonardo DiCaprio anyway.
We dive headfirst into juicy conversations.
Where are his wild oats now?
No topic is too messy.
I'm going to blame all of the boyfriends that I've had.
No discussion too heated.
That is an invasion, in my opinion.
Just real talk and fresh opinions. Watch The Social, weekdays at 2 p.m. on CTV.
Oh, just in time. Tomorrow on The Social, hot recipes for winter soup made with prairie ingredients to see us through the season. Speaking of the prairies, I got a lot of messages on Instagram from people from Saskatchewan, and they're like, you think that's a storm? No, it's true.
No, it's facts. I lived out there.
Yes.
This is nothing.
This is
is
nothing.
a Wednesday for them. They're like, okay,
apologize.
whatever.
And in
Yeah.
Vancouver, I think it's positively balmy out there
Beautiful
right now.
there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
funny?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Oh, what a
Have
world.
Pity on us, okay? Pity on us for a second. Also on tomorrow's show, George Newman, the author of How Great Ideas Happen, is going to be here to prove that we need to ditch the idea of creative genius.
I think
The creative
I'm going to
genius.
guess it's like you know, creativity takes discipline, and like
Ah.
I guess
You think so?
Yeah, it is something that probably
don't
you
know
can
if I
tease out.
agree
I
with
don't
that.
know. I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting.
Good segment, though.
That's going to be a good segment. Okay, well, listen, again, to this amazing audience who made it.
Yes!
Thank you again. To the audience at home, if you're at home with the family and the kids, thank you for watching. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye-bye.